The phenomenon known as the Serbian dancing lady is a fascinating example of how modern internet culture can transform a small piece of video footage into a widespread mystery and urban legend. The story revolves around short clips that began circulating online showing a woman dancing alone in the middle of streets at night somewhere in Serbia. In the footage, the woman performs slow, repetitive movements, while music sometimes plays faintly in the background. What makes the videos disturbing for many viewers is not only the unusual setting, empty streets late at night, but also the strange rhythm and posture of the dancing. The figure often appears unaware of the camera and moves in a way that feels detached from normal social behavior. Over time, the videos were labeled with the name Serbian Dancing Lady, and they became part of a growing internet mythology. The earliest known discussions about this figure appeared in online communities from the Balkans during the late 2010s and early 2020s. The clips were often said to come from cities in Serbia, especially areas around Belgrade. The most widely shared version of the story claims that the woman dances in the streets late at night while holding a knife or other object. According to the narrative accompanying the videos, if someone approaches her or interrupts the dancing, she may react aggressively. In some retellings, the story becomes even more dramatic, claiming that people who disturb her could be chased or attacked. These elements quickly transform the footage from a simple, strange video into a horror-style urban legend. However, analyzing the phenomenon reveals that much of the narrative surrounding the Serbian dancing lady likely developed after the videos spread online. In many cases, the original clips are short and lack context. They typically show a woman moving rhythmically in a dimly lit street while the person filming observes from a distance. Because the camera operator rarely speaks or interacts with the woman, viewers are left without clear information about who she is or why she is dancing. This absence of context allows imagination to fill in the gaps. When the videos were reposted across social media platforms such as TikTok and YouTube, users began attaching dramatic captions and invented backstories, which helped the legend grow. One reason the footage appears unsettling is related to human psychology. People expect certain behaviors in specific environments. Dancing is normally associated with social spaces like clubs, festivals, or celebrations. Seeing someone dance alone in the middle of an empty street at night violates that expectation. The movement itself often appears repetitive and trance-like, which can trigger discomfort because it resembles behavior associated with distress or altered mental states. When viewers encounter unfamiliar behavior in a dark, quiet environment, they often interpret it as threatening or unnatural. Another factor that contributes to the mystery is the quality of the videos themselves. Many of the clips are recorded at night using mobile phones, which means the lighting is poor and details are difficult to see clearly. Shadows stretch across the pavement, and the dancer's face is often not visible. Low-resolution footage tends to exaggerate movement and blur fine details, making actions appear more dramatic than they might in reality. Because the viewer cannot clearly see the woman's expression or surroundings, the brain automatically tries to interpret the ambiguous shapes and movements. Several possible explanations have been suggested for the original video. One possibility is that the woman was simply dancing for personal reasons, perhaps listening to music through headphones or expressing herself spontaneously. Street dancing or solitary dancing is not unheard of in urban environments, especially late at night when fewer people are around. Another possibility is that the video might have been staged as a prank or performance. The internet has a long history of staged, creepy clips designed specifically to attract attention and go viral. A person performing strange movements in a quiet street could easily produce the type of mysterious footage that spreads rapidly online. There is also the possibility that the woman was experiencing psychological distress or unusual behavior unrelated to any intentional performance. Public spaces sometimes become stages for unpredictable actions by individuals dealing with personal challenges. In such situations, Observers who film the event may not understand what is happening and may instead interpret the behavior through the lens of horror or mystery. The legend grew significantly once viewers began retelling the story with additional details. In some versions, the woman is described as a supernatural figure or ghost who appears only at night. Other versions claim that she wanders through neighborhoods searching for victims. These additions are typical of urban legend evolution. When a story spreads through repeated retellings, each narrator often adds dramatic elements to make the story more memorable. Over time, the fictional components can overshadow the original footage. Another interesting aspect of the Serbian dancing lady phenomenon is how quickly it spread beyond its original cultural context. Although the videos likely originated somewhere in Serbia, they were soon shared by audiences worldwide who had little familiarity with the region. For viewers outside the Balkans, the unfamiliar setting may have made the story feel even more mysterious. Cultural distance can amplify the perception that something strange or unexplained is occurring. Internet algorithms also played a role in the popularity of the legend. Platforms that prioritize engaging or emotional content often promote videos that evoke strong reactions such as fear or curiosity. A short clip of a lone dancer in a dark street naturally triggers those reactions. Once the first few videos gained attention, recommendation systems began showing them to more users, which accelerated the spread of the legend. When analyzing the phenomenon critically, there is little verified evidence supporting the more dramatic claims about the Serbian dancing lady. Most of the frightening details come from captions, reposts, or commentary, rather than from the original footage itself. The videos show a person dancing, but they do not confirm the existence of a dangerous or supernatural figure. The mystery largely arises from the gap between what the camera actually shows and the elaborate stories that viewers attach to it. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the legend continues to circulate because it fits perfectly within the tradition of modern internet horror. Short, ambiguous videos are ideal for storytelling because they leave room for speculation. Viewers can imagine their own explanations, and content creators can build narratives around the footage. As long as the original context remains unclear, the story will likely continue evolving. Ultimately, the Serbian dancing lady is less a confirmed event than a cultural phenomenon. It demonstrates how quickly a simple recording can transform into a viral mystery once it enters the ecosystem of social media. The combination of nighttime imagery, unusual behavior, and missing context creates a powerful atmosphere of unease. Yet the most probable explanation is that the videos show an ordinary person whose actions happen to be captured in a way that felt eerie when removed from their original context. In that sense, the legend reflects a broader pattern in modern folklore. Just as earlier generations shared ghost stories around campfires, today's audiences share unsettling videos through digital platforms. The Serbian dancing lady has become one of those stories, an image of a solitary figure moving through the darkness, endlessly interpreted and reinterpreted by the collective imagination of the internet.